Hello, class. My name is Fatima Vasquez, and I hope all your guys' week has gone good so far. Okay, let's get into topic. Today I'm going to be talking about The World Without Us by Alan Weisman. This book mostly talks about the aftermath of how the earth will look like without us, or vanished, and what effects it will have on the inhabitants that are there. For example, like how the plastic, the nuclear or chemical waste has an effect on animals, plants, anywhere of the planet. The reason why I chose this book is because the title captivated my mind, and I also had a lot of questions running through my mind, and as a child too. Like, for example, like, what will our cities look like? How will New York or California look? Like, will they look like Atlantis for millions of years ago? Or, never know. Will some of the species of animals or plant mutate? For example, the snake, the ancestors for like the Titan boa from today's snake, will they shrink or get bigger? Or will insects get bigger and scarier? Hopefully not. So basically how the species will emerge to be. My favorite part of the book was the aftermath of what New York was gonna supposedly look like compared to some scientists. The pipelines of which run through the underground of the train stations, like without maintenance, they would flood, and the pipes would break, and some parts of the cities would collapse. For example, the abandoned elevated iron bed in New York City Central Railroad, Manhattan, on the west side. Like, it's already supposedly being taken by the Chinese Ailanthus tree, which is a colonizer tree that was brought here a long time ago with the other exotic alien plants. And also that once after that, the city would be, like, especially on the cracks, this this tree will grow and more into the underground, like the other one in Manhattan. And once in a while, like say like some million years pass by, the native plants or trees, as you call it, will have an advantage because they're from there, and the others won't have much of a choice. They'll disappear without maintenance. And especially the ecosystem will take over. Like animals, it's gonna be easier for predators to catch prey now, with all the domestic animals being out there, like cows, dogs, cats. Let's say, like more of the habitation would be there now, since no air pollution would be there now, and it would be easier for animals to run around crazy. The biggest impact of humans on the planet that we have brought on is plastic. Plastic is really, what do you call it? Is really hard to disintegrate, especially it won't for like millions of years. It'll only turn into little particles as scientists used to feed them to the planktons. So plastic is totally gonna be out there. Some of the metals of what we have constructed will also be there for a while. It could be toxin metals. This will affect the plants. They could evolve differently or mutate, or as natural selection would go, some would die. Nuclear plants around the world, some would disintegrate or blow up without any humans to maintain them. As in the book would said, like if they do, there would be like nuclear winters, which can kill most of the ecosystem around there, like the plants, animals, or a few can survive and mutate as usual. Another thing is that there's a thing called PCBS, which includes the plastics, the pesticides, which is the polychlorinated biphenyls, which still are really hard to decompose or disintegrate. During time, they would be carried on to cold places. Like the Antarctic, or something like that. And the other thing is the houses. How long would they stand, or what chance do they have? It depends on where you live. If it's tropical, desert, rainy place, anywhere. A lot of things can be destroyed by animals, especially the first thing to go could either be the roof or the floor. Animals can get in and, let's see, especially for example woodpeckers. They like wood. If your house is made mostly of wood, mostly they would go there over time. And winds, tornadoes, other catastrophe can affect it too. This book was a really interesting topic, as there is more of what scientists can predict from the predictions and their experiments, like the plastic bags and pesticides, and what would be left. Like back then, the Ice Age. Will there be another Ice Age? Will climate change be higher, or will it disintegrate lower? And what the mutations of plants, animals could be with all the effects of the nuclear plants going off, or chemicals surrounding. So it all depends on how it goes and what mankind has to offer for this time. So yes.